So back in the 1980s, just about every hotel and freestanding club had a band 4, 5, or 6 nights a week. And I traveled across the country with bands that played these establishments. Now when I say hotels, I'm not talking about your run-of-the-mill family vacation hotels. We were playing some very ritzy posh places. And these hotels would give bands rooms or suites to stay in. Under normal circumstances, these are hotels that I could never afford to stay at. I mean, I was a working musician after all, and working musician is synonymous with no money. And some of these posh hotels even offered us amenities. Free food, use of all the facilities, free pool. I mean, I was a working musician after all. And my motto is, if it's free, it's me. I'd wake up at the crack of noon and stroll down to the hotel's fancy schmancy restaurant, which always had some fancy schmancy French name with lay in front of it. And every time I'd go into one of these hotel fancy schmancy restaurants, all the rich snooty people would give me that same look, like a cat box sat down at the table right next to them. But hey, the hotel said I could eat their snooty ass food, and I could swim in their snooty ass pool. Life was good. But sometimes we were lodged in what's called band houses. And let me tell you, band houses are the exact opposite of those nice posh hotels we stayed in. As a matter of fact, I bet there's a dictionary out there that describes band houses as a condemned, dilapidated piece of shit owned by a cheap-ass club owner used to house road bands. And dilapidated piece of shit is an understatement. To demonstrate where band houses rank in the hierarchy of homes, at the top is mansion, below that is regular house, haunted house, outhouse, meth house, and finally band house. I mean, these places were disgusting, and every one of these band houses looked like they were once a home for a Tasmanian devil. And for some reason, the same shit was left in every refrigerator at every band house. A half a pack of hot dogs and a 2-liter of flat Mountain Dew. Now here in Florida, Mountain Dew is very popular. Should be on the state flag somewhere. Me, I don't touch the shit, it looks too much like antifreeze. Now the first thing we would do is go claim our bedrooms, because knowing where you're going to sleep at night is important. And some of these band houses had actual beds, and some just had a mattress thrown on the floor. I remember this one band house where we walked into the bedroom for the first time and saw a mattress on the floor with this big disgusting stain on it. So me and one of the other guys flipped this mattress over, and what do you know? There's an even bigger disgusting stain on the other side. Well, isn't life grand? We went down to the local hardware store and we couldn't buy enough Visqueen to cover this mattress up. I'm just glad we didn't have an ultraviolet light to shine in this room. It probably looked like a crime scene from an episode of CSI. But the worst room in any band house was the bathroom, because the upkeep on the plumbing in these facilities was pretty much non-existent. And not only would the toilets periodically back up, but so would the shower drain. And you could never see a reflection out of any bathroom mirror. And that's because this was the 1980s. It was the era of Aquanet. And Aquanet is basically hair cement. I have pictures to prove it. You see, back then, the goal was to get your hair as much altitude as possible. And this cheap-ass Aquanet hairspray was the way you got it to do that. And that shit went everywhere, including the mirror. After a while, you got so much hairspray on the mirror that you can't see your reflection anymore. Now, I would like to point out that there is one substance that's considered to be better than Aquanet, but we won't talk about that. I remember one band house we stayed in had a bathroom door that didn't lock. So I decided to drop in for a piss before I headed over to the club, and I walked in on one of our singers sitting on the toilet taking a big dump. Now, I was friends with this girl, but I didn't have a crush on her or anything. But I'm here to tell you that if you ever have romantic feelings for one of your bandmates, this is a surefire way to remedy that. I'm Rib13. Thanks for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Hey, this video is an experiment of sorts. If you'd like to see more content about my old working bass player days, leave a comment below. A big thank you to my Patreon supporters, Derek, Joe, and now introducing Dan. Thank you all very much for helping to keep this channel going, and I'll see you next time.